Hello, do you like stories? My name's Timothy Knapman. I'm an author. I write stories. Stories are my favourite thing. And today I'd like to read you one of my stories. In fact, the story I'd like to read you is one of my very favourite of all the stories I've ever written. And it's this one. It's called Mungo and the Spiders from Space. Can you see? And it's illustrated by the wonderful Adam Stower. And it is the second book that Adam and I did about this little boy called Mungo. There he is. And the thing about Mungo is he loves stories. And just at the moment, he loves stories about space, as you will see. Anyway, there we go. Mungo and the Spiders from Space, written by Timothy Knapman, illustrated by Adam Stower, and it goes like this. This is Mungo. There he is. Mungo's just been given a book called Galacticus and Gizmo Save the Universe. His mum found it at a jumble sale. It was old and tatty and torn and stuck together with sticky tape, but she knew Mungo would love it just from the picture on the cover. If you look at Mungo's bedroom, you can see why, because everything in his bedroom is all about space, because he loves space. But the first story that Mungo was in was called Mungo and the Picture Book Pirates, and if you haven't listened to it or read it, I recommend you try and find it, because it's very, very good. And if you have read it, you might recognise that, look, in amongst all the space stuff, there is Captain Fleet from the first book, Picture Book Pirates. Anyway, but she knew Mungo would love it just from the picture on the cover. "Read it, Mum, read it, please," said Mungo that night, and this is the story it tells. Galacticus and Gizmo Save the Universe. The trusty rocket ship Vroom 101 streaked across the winking, blinking blackness of space. At the controls, Captain Galacticus of Star Squadron and his sparky sidekick Gizmo. They were taking the gnashing, slashing gobblebeast to space prison for eating 2 galaxies and a Mars. That's a joke. When suddenly, badoink! "We've hit something," said Captain Galacticus. "By Jupiter," said Gizmo, "it's a gigantic spider's web. And look," said Captain Galacticus, "it's coming from that gigantic robot spider." Just then a voice echoed out of the darkness. "Ha, ha, ha! I'd know that crazed cackle anywhere," said Captain Galacticus. "It's Dr. Frankenstinker, the maddest mad scientist on Mercury." Wicked Dr. Frankenstinker, who rearranged the stars so they'd spell out rude words. Wild Dr. Frankenstinker, who squeezed all the milk out of the Milky Way just so he could have it on his cornflakes. Weird Dr. Frankenstinker, whose shocking behaviour was blamed on a nasty case of asteroids he had when he was small. "We meet again at last, Galacticus," said Dr. Frankenstinker, "but you won't stop me this time. Soon every Star Squadron rocket ship will be tangled up in a web like this one, and then I will rule the universe." "Ha, ha, ha! Cut the cackle," said Captain Galacticus, and his rocket ship's blam cannon blasted the gigantic robot spider and its web into tiny bits. "You'll never defeat Star Squadron." "It's true, I won't get very far with just one spider," said Dr. Frankenstinker. "So here are several million others I made earlier." "Well, I never," said Captain Galacticus. 3080, is that the time? I really must be going. "Not so fast," said Dr. Frankenstinker. "My spider army and I are off to defeat Star Squadron. But don't worry, we won't be leaving you all alone and sad. In fact, you'll be tickled pink. Seize him." The next thing he knew, Captain Galacticus was once again held fast in a gigantic spider's web. A gigantic robot spider reached out its pincers, there's its pincers, to give Captain Galacticus the tickling of a lifetime. "Oh, no, ha, ha, ha. Please, help, help," he yelped. Would Gizmo hear the captain's yelp for help? Would she rescue him in time? Would they be able to foil Dr. Frankenstinker's dastardly plan to rule the universe? Mungo couldn't wait to find out, but the last page was missing. Remember it? His mum bought it at a jumble sale. It was torn and tatty and stuck together with sticky tape. "But, Mum," said Mungo, "what happens next?" "I don't know, darling," she said. "Why don't you make up an ending?" And she left him alone with the book. Make up an ending, thought Mungo. I can't make up an ending. And then something odd happened. As he sat staring at the cover, one of the stars started to get bigger and bigger and bigger until, with a boom and a zoom, the rocket ship Vroom 101 burst into the room. By Jupiter, said Mungo. There he is. Before he knew what was happening, it scooped him up and looped the loop and swooped straight back into the book. Gizmo, the Sparky sidekick, cried Mungo. Quick, said Gizmo, I need your help. If we don't get back and end the story properly, Captain Galacticus will be trapped forever and ever. Because look, there's poor old Captain Galacticus. The story hasn't ended in all this time because the last page has been missing for so long. And he's been stuck there being tickled ever since the last person read the story. Here, take the controls. I'm going to try and free him from that web. But I've never flown a rocket ship before, said Mungo. What does this do? Don't touch that button, cried Gizmo. Oops, said Mungo. It was too late. Everyone had forgotten the gnashing, slashing gobble beast on his way to space prison, and now he was free and very, very hungry. Yummy scrummy in my tummy, he howled as he gnashed and slashed and gobbled his way through Dr. Frankenstinker's robot spider army. He burped when the last one was gone. If you look very closely in Adam's brilliant picture, you can see that the last one was the one that was tickling Captain Galacticus. Hooray, cried Gizmo. Mungo's done it. Galacticus is free. Not so fast, said Dr. Frankenstinker. Look what I've got here. Now, what do you think Dr. Frankenstinker can have in his hand, which will mean that the story will never end properly? So it was you who tore the last page out of the book, said Captain Galacticus. Yes, and now I'm going to eat it, said Dr. Frankenstinker, so you can never put it back. That way you'll never end the story properly, and you'll never defeat me. Ha ha ha! But that's cheating, said Mungo. I've got to do something, but what button do I press? Look at all the buttons on the dashboard of your average rocket ship. Far too many. Mungo couldn't decide, so he shut his eyes and pressed them all. The rocket ship went streaking and shrieking and poinked Dr. Frankenstinker in the bottom. Ouch! He yelped and he blurped back the page. Grab it, said Gizmo. Ugh, said Captain Galacticus. It's all soggy. Congratulations, Mungo, said Gizmo. Now we'll be taking 2 dangerous criminals to space prison. Can you see? Both Dr. Frankenstinker and the gnashing, slashing gobble beast are now in the special cell to be taken to space prison. You've saved the universe. And better still, you've given us a proper ending, said Captain Galacticus. Take the last page, you can sticky tape it back into the book, then Dr. Frankenstinker will never get his hands on it again. When Mungo's mum got back to turn off the light, Mungo was fast asleep. He was still clutching the last page of the book. Can you see him? There he is. In which Captain Galacticus was rescued and the universe was saved by a mysterious stranger. Who is the mysterious stranger? The youngest ever member of Star Squadron. And there he is. Look at this. And that's the end. Nearly the end of this book. I think I need to stick that together with sticky tape. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the adventures of Mungo and the Spiders from Space in this case. Go and see if you can find Mungo and the Picture Book Pirates. If you like that one, there is another 3rd story, Mungo story, which I'm also going to read on here. So see if you can find that too. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. And I look forward to reading another story soon. Bye-bye.